everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Mad Trippin'. Today is our last day here in New York City. I'm going to take one more walk on the boardwalk and the pier here and take a look at this beautiful Hudson River on this beautiful day. Still a little humid out, not as bad as it was yesterday. Right now it is Monday, August 14th, 2023. It is 1 o'clock p.m. and 85 degrees. Are you ready? Let's start tripping. So right now I'm just going to take a walk to the pier along the Hudson River here and take a look at this beautiful Hudson River. It's absolutely gorgeous out. Like I said, it's a little bit humid, but not too bad. Stay out for a walk. I wanted to see the Hudson River one more time before I left. I'm gonna have to leave here in about an hour and head back to Newark Airport and then head on my way home back to Phoenix, but I wanted to get a couple more shots of Hudson River before I left. Shouldn't be anything really exciting going on today. I'm just gonna document my journey on my way home. Let's take a look at the Hudson River. So while we are out here and it's not too windy, let's talk a little bit about my trip. So I left Arizona late Tuesday night on the red eye. So we actually arrived Wednesday. That would have been our day one, Wednesday, August 9th. I did not sleep on the plane. So I pretty much, when we got here, I pretty much went to bed about 9, 10 o'clock New York time. So I've been up for a while, slept till about 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Thursday, I got up and did a lot of walking around and it was a bit humid out and that made me a little bit sick on Friday, but I recovered on Saturday. But I knew what it was just overexertion plus the humidity. Got to my stomach a little bit. So I was fine by Saturday. And we went to the World Trade Center, which I think is an absolute must if you're gonna come to New York, at least for me. And then the fam took me out to dinner. And then Sunday, slept in again. I'm still on Arizona time. And then we went out and saw the Broadway play, which was absolutely fantastic. I've only seen one Broadway play, so I don't have a lot to compare them to, but I absolutely enjoyed it, especially the ending. You're gonna love the ending if you like Back to the Future. Then after that, we went to Joe's Pizza, which was pretty good. I'm not gonna give it a 5, I don't think. It was good, it was good. So did I get to do everything I wanted to do on this trip? No. Is that okay? Absolutely, because I wasn't trying to rush or push myself on this trip anyways. I missed Central Park. I didn't get to see that one. That's a bitch. Is okay. I didn't want to push it. The Statue of Liberty wasn't really on my list. If I had had time, I would have taken a ferry out there to see it. Again, I can see it from right here. It's beautiful. I didn't have that time to take those type of tours where you spend 3 or 4 hours going out to the Statue of Liberty, just hanging around, doing a bunch of filming. Filming and editing take a while. So you have to have the time to do it kind of at a leisurely pace almost, unless you really know the area well, and I don't, so I would have taken a little bit longer than most. I'm glad I went to the One World Trade Center. That was probably at the top of my list. And then everything else was just kind of secondary. I wanted to just come out here, relax, and enjoy the views and walk around and get to know the city a little bit, and that's what I did. So I have absolutely no complaints about this trip. I loved it. If I ever come back out again, Statue of Liberty is going to be on the list. Central Park is going to be at the top of the list. The Ghostbusters, Firehouse is going to be at the top of the list. We did see the Friends house. I was happy about that. I missed the Sex and the City stairwell. I wanted to get a picture of that. I would actually like to do a little bit more research, which I didn't do any research on the way out here. And if you're going to have a channel like this, you definitely need to do your research when you're going to these type of places on vacation to make sure that you know the area, know some fun facts about the area that you're filming, just so you can spread a little bit of knowledge around while you're making these videos. It's the only complaint I have is how fast summer went by. The summer's almost over. I only got, a couple weeks left of August, and for me, that's when summer ends, is August 31st. So I'm gonna try to get out there and do maybe a couple more movie reviews for our summer movie nights there in Phoenix. We only have a couple weeks left. I'm definitely gonna have to go right back to work when I get home. But I absolutely enjoyed myself. Big props to the people of the city of New York here. Everybody was great. I didn't you know, there's bad people everywhere. I'm sure I didn't run into any of the really bad people. I ran into a few crazies. That happens everywhere I go. The time out here was absolutely enjoyable. The people were great. There was that protest that was going on the one night that we filmed a little bit that we got to the back of, but props to the New York Police Department for having it under control, especially after that little riot that was happened when that Twitch streamer or whatever he was tried to pass out the PS5s and it all went haywire. They weren't going to let anything like that go down again, so they had that protest, which I'm all for you protesting. Have no problem with that as long as you're peaceful about it, and they were there to make sure it didn't get out of hand, and they were on top of it. So props to the NYPD. I felt safe as a tourist out here. Everywhere I went, the people were fantastic. So props to the people of New York City for making my vacation enjoyable when I came out here to enjoy myself. The tour guide that we had at the World Trade Center, he was awesome. Got a little bit emotional when he was talking about the jacket. See if I can show you a picture of it right here if I didn't erase it. So you can tell that it meant something to him, and that's what I liked my tour guide to be for something like the World Trade Center, somebody who maybe lived it, who experienced it. So no complaints. It's been a great vacation. I got to sleep in a little bit. There was a couple bad nights where I didn't get any sleep. That happened. My first 2 days on vacation, I'm still thinking like I'm back home. What do I have to do? Where do I need to go? What needs to be done? I mean, it's just constantly running through my mind. So it takes me 2 days to, decompress a little bit and let those thoughts leave my mind and realize that, hey, I'm on vacation. I just need to relax. So the next couple of days I was able to do that and I enjoyed it. So would I come back out to New York City again? Yeah, absolutely. It's a fun town. There's a lot of stuff to see here, all the museums, all the parks, all the statues. There's a World War I memorial park that we passed by. It was too dark really to go in and do some filming. I would like to go and take a day just to go to those type of parks and stuff like that. We did go down to Little Island and down the Chelsea Pier down that way and check stuff out. Went down to 24th Street, went down 14th Street. So I definitely got my steps in as I'm trying to lose weight here on vacation, which is actually hard to do, but it was pretty easy for San Diego and New York because I didn't really eat that much and we did a lot of walking. I got a lot of steps in, more steps in San Diego than I did in New York, but nonetheless, we got those steps in that we needed to. So I would definitely come back. Since I'm a little limited on when and where I can go places, I would definitely think my next trip would be to somewhere like Disneyland, Universal Studios, stuff like that. I am definitely a California type person. Mission Beach, I love Mission Beach. That's definitely the place I would go to next. But if I ever had the time and the money, I would absolutely head back to New York City. Be quite honest, that's somewhere where I would need a week to come back to, a day or two to decompress, and then spend the rest of the time going out and just exploring, right? No really set agenda, taking your time and enjoying the views, enjoying the sights and the sounds of New York City. So I'd highly recommend it if you have the time, the money. That's always what's most important, right? The time and the money. If you have that time and money, I'd highly recommend a trip to New York City. And that is the one thing that I did not want to do when I came out here was rush. That was it. That was pretty much my whole day. Get up, go do something, come home, go eat, watch a little bit of Ted Lasso, edit my movies. That was a nice, relaxing vacation for me. I loved it. So I want to give a special thanks to my family for getting me out here. My nephew paid for my plane flight and most of my dinners out here, and Broadway tickets and stuff like that. I can't thank you guys enough. That was absolutely awesome. Props to the city of New York and the people within it for making my tourist vacation absolutely exceptional. I would come back again. Highly rate it. So this is one of my favorite buildings down Charles Street here. Look at this. I love the color of that red brick building with the black pop outs, but look at all those three-dimensional shapes to it. How cool looking is that building? All right, Mad Troopers, that pretty much does it for this video. From here on out, it's just going to be my Uber ride back from the West Village here to Newark Airport, and then my takeoff and landing, my flight home back to Phoenix. And I'm not going to talk throughout that part. I'm just going to let you sit back and enjoy the ambiance. See if you recognize anything that brings back some memories for you. It was a wonderful plane flight home, and I think I captured some beautiful videos above the clouds. So I'm going to have them played here for you to take a look at and sit back and enjoy.
Each aircraft type is different.
There's a space behind you there, that overhead.
Prefer not to sit in the
Yeah,
exit
you
row.
sit back.
right, Mad Troopers, we are back home in Phoenix, Arizona. There's no place like home. 100% agree with that. It's so good to be home. I enjoyed my trip to New York, but it is definitely so good to be home. I love it here. I love this town. I love the people in it. Been here my whole life, so you can understand why. Well, thanks for watching. You are so greatly appreciated. Have a great rest of your day and a better tomorrow. Please click that subscribe button, trip over that like button, and remember, never stop tripping.